So it's yesterday. It's Wednesday evening, approaching 9 p.m. Western Time, midnight Eastern. It's time for me to sit down at my PC and see if I can manage to nab myself a Switch 2. And not feeling confident. This entire time, I've not been feeling confident. It has only gotten harder and harder to pre-order stuff, to purchase items online that are greatly sought after. I mean, everything is just overrun with bots and scalpers, and yeah, I don't know. I was really understanding that me getting my hands on a Switch 2 was very important, but not feeling confident that I would be competitive enough to get one. I am not a very competitive person, just by my nature. The whole trying to get it super fast before someone else thing, I don't know. It's just not really who I am. So I was kind of happy when they delayed pre-orders, because it meant I didn't have to deal with it for a little while longer. But the time finally came, and I knew that I had to try. So last night, I think, okay, I'm gonna try to get one at Best Buy. That's where I've bought the last few systems I've gotten. I don't know, it's not GameStop, so yeah, sure. Best Buy, I'll try to order it from a store near me. And even there, it's like a half hour before, and I'm trying to make sure that my payment information is all up to date and everything, and boy, already that Best Buy website is not working correctly. I cannot change the store that I'm ordering it from. It just it will not accept the changes, and I'm frustrated. I can't get into my payment settings, it's just payment methods. It just won't let me. It takes me a while to realize oh yeah, the entire website, it's not crashed, but it's not updating. And so, yeah, and I let me really stress, I said I'm not very competitive and not very confident that I'm going to be able to do this. It also means that I really did not bring the level of energy that I needed to here. You're supposed to have a bunch of backups, if Best Buy doesn't work, we'll go over here. Make sure you got an account on Target and on Walmart and GameStop and all this. You gotta be trying it on your PC, you gotta be trying it on your phone, you gotta be doing everything you possibly can. And I really didn't. I really did not. I did not prep very well. I think a part of me was almost hoping I wouldn't get one, and it would be very obvious very quickly that I had missed my chance, to kind of just absolve me of the need to try. You know what I mean? I'm okay, I'll just have to hope that someone somewhere has picked up an extra one and I can buy it off of them. That's where I was at. I might just have to rely on someone who just decided to pick up an extra one for cases like this, where they know somebody who needs one. So 9 p.m. rolls around, I keep refreshing the page, and the little button is still grayed out. It doesn't say anything about buying or pre-ordering. It just says coming soon. And, very foolishly, I'm just sitting there on the Best Buy website. I'm just staying there. And, but, finally I'm reading articles that are giving updates at different retailers. And I'm all right, I do need to try some other stuff. But it's funny. I'm oh, it's funny. The Target website is just not working. It literally just won't load. The entire Target website is down. Okay. Walmart. Really don't want to buy from Walmart, but getting desperate here. Takes me a while to figure out how to get in. I don't know who else experienced this, but it kept asking me to verify that I was not a robot. And it was funny because these are usually quick things where you just click on the thing and it takes you, but this was hold down the button. And I'm seconds are going by, and I'm all right, I really need to get in here. And it's this, the longest process to confirm that I'm not a robot, that I've ever, you gotta hold it and just sit there, watching the meter go by. But then it keeps asking me again and again. Again and again, it just will not stop, making me confirm. So I'm all right, something is wrong here too. It's a long time before I can even get in to the website for it to just stop just giving me this prompt And then eventually I get to a point where it says I'm in line. All right, it's a little hard for me to believe that this is going to work because I got in line so long after the fact. You know, it's probably like 9:30 by now or something. And I'm like, okay, well, it's not going to happen, but at least it's something. At least it's literally anything because I'm not getting anything anywhere else. Eventually, I do get Target to work on my phone. And some people were saying that like the website was down, but the app was working, but I didn't have the app and I didn't want to deal with that. The website was working on my phone. I was able to get the stuff in my cart. And it was funny too. It was like this fight. I kept, every time I made any step, it would give me all these error messages, but it wouldn't kick me out. So it's like, put in your address. Okay, there was an error, but we got your address. Put in your payment. Oh, there was an error, but we got your payment. It got like all the way to the place your order, and then it gives an error. So basically, I just had that on my phone. Every like 30 seconds or something, I hit it again, and hopefully it's not charging my card every single time. So as I'm doing everything else, I'm also juggling. Like I reached the point where I recognized I had to branch out. So then I kind of, as time went on, started to explore these other avenues, which is just like I definitely didn't deserve to get one because I was so unprepared. But I did eventually get there, and you know, I'm trying GameStop over here, and that's not working. I think I didn't even have an account, or I thought I did, but apparently I didn't, I guess, because I was trying to make one. But I would like get to the create an account page, and it would like save and continue with all your info, and that just wouldn't work. It just wouldn't. I could not finish creating the account. So it was fascinating how here I had all of these different retailers and they were all having different problems. Best Buy, the website is working, but the item itself is just not showing up as something that you can purchase. Target on my computer is not working at all. Just I can't even get to the website for a long time. And then on my phone, it is working, and I have the items in my cart, but it's just giving me an error message over and over again. And then GameStop, I can't even create an account. I just can't get past the account creation page. And then on Walmart, I am in a line, but it's not doing anything, and I don't know what number I am or if it's even possible for that to work. So it was just such an interesting spread of experiences, and I am sure that from what I heard, a lot of other people had these experiences as well. I think a lot of us have a lot of these error messages kind of burned into our brains because we spent so long staring at them last night. So unfortunately, some of these avenues, you know, they start drying up. After enough times trying to check out my cart at Target, eventually it just deletes the items from the cart. It took way too long. It like gave me hope too much. It was like, okay, well, if it's sold out, then like don't let me, there's always a proceed to checkout button, like take that away. Eventually it finally did. It just deleted everything but like the camera or whatever from my cart. So I just, okay, Target's done. And then I'm reading online that Target is having big problems. They're canceling pre-orders at this point. So it's like, all right, well, that's not going to happen. GameStop just never moved. It never moved an inch. I tried multiple times. I couldn't get past the account creation page. So that's not happening. And you know what happened with Walmart? Walmart, the page finally refreshed and it brought me to the screen, the purchase screen, and it gave me a timer. It gave me 10 minutes to complete my purchase. So I put it all in my cart and I tried to check out and it said, sorry, sold out. So why? So the obvious question is, why did you say I had like I? It's like there's a line outside of the store, and all right, come in. You've waited long enough. It's your turn. Come on in. You can buy one, and then you get there. All right, let's see if we have any left. Nope, sorry. You've got 10 minutes to not buy it. And then I presume that I left, and then someone behind me, hey, congratulations, you waited long enough. Come on in, let's see if we got any. Nope, we don't have any. Just like, what do you... So it was baffling seeing a countdown timer right below the words sold out. You have 5 minutes to purchase nothing. So Walmart did not work out either. My options were dwindling, and let me pause to say, in addition to me not being very competitive or confident in this process, I also have, in recent years, maybe even just a year, I've started to do a really good job of turning off my work brain when I'm not at work, and it's been really integral to me being able to just rest and feel like a person, and that has helped me sleep better and all that stuff. So basically, like, I treat my evenings like they are sacred. Like, do not even talk to me about work. I have to like pull the brain apart there. So anytime I have to do, and I've also been focusing a lot on just overall relaxation, good like sleep cycle stuff, circadian rhythms. I don't even want to look at a screen for hours before bed. And so now here I am, and it's late. It's my bedtime, basically. I don't want to be looking at a screen. I want to be sitting in a dark room, just like chilling, listening to music or something. Maybe playing around on the piano or like practicing drums, just doing something like really chill. And I'm in here in my office and the light's on and I'm staring at these multiple screens and I'm like in like active mode, where I'm doing something where the stakes are really high and it's kind of intense and it's anxiety inducing. And I'm like, I reached the point where I wanted to give up pretty darn early. It was not long. It was maybe 20 minutes before I was like, yeah, I don't want to sit here all night. I don't want to stay up till 1 a.m. and be miserable tomorrow and sleep terribly because I stared at this bright screen all the way up until sleep time, being all anxious and thinking about work and trying to compete and race against all these other people and dealing with all of the failing technology. All these things are all crashing and it's not working. So like, yeah, I was really on the verge for quite a long time to just being like, nah, I just don't want to deal with it. Again, I'll just wait and see if I can find someone who has an extra one that they'll sell me. That's where I'm at. Didn't take long to get there, but I stuck with it. And I think it's because there was always something pulling me along, like having the Walmart one sitting there saying technically I was in line. That kept me going. And then eventually, finally, Best Buy, the pre-order button popped up, and it seemed that people were getting in. And and again, I really didn't deserve to get one because I was so slow. By the time I realized, like I had stopped refreshing it every 30 seconds for like 10 minutes, and then I was like, oh no, that like people have been getting in the line without me. So I finally get in, and it just it's like Walmart. It says you're in line, and I'm not feeling super confident. It didn't work for Target. It didn't work for Walmart. And then, of course, you have the whole, like, the mental anguish, the whole, like, okay, should I be going for the main bundle or should I be going for the regular one or should I be going for these other, because, Best Buy, they're such jerks. They'll take this highly sought after item and they'll bundle it with a bunch of junk. So it's like, oh, sorry, some of our Switch 2s are bundled with all this stuff that you don't want. They did the same thing all the way back with the launch of the DS, even in the store. They were like shrink wrapping things together so that you had to buy them together if you're desperate. I don't know how they get away with that, but apparently they're still doing it. So I'm like, I don't want to give them the satisfaction. I don't want to go for one of those bundles. But if that's my only option, then do I have to? Or more, it's just like, is everybody going for, can you only get in line for one thing at a time? Everybody's going for the regular bundles. Would I be better off going for one of the weird ones or just something bundled with the SD card or just something like that? I don't see this. I hate this. I hate it so much. But whatever, I got in the line for just the regular Mario Kart bundle. And every minute that went by, I was like, all right, I think I'm done. I'm gonna go to bed. But I couldn't stop because I was there in that line and there was always this idea. It could work. It could just work. And I really grappled with this. Yeah, what if it does work, but it doesn't work till 3 a.m? Or you wait until 3 a.m. and then you give up and you go, I wish I didn't wait that long. I should have just given up early and went to bed because I like going to bed. You have no idea. Especially the older I get. I need my bedtime. And then it did. And then it refreshed. It did. I don't know. I kind of like, suddenly it just refreshed, and there it was. There was another countdown timer. It was a 10-minute timer, and it said, okay, you can buy this now. And I'm like, really? And it's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, well, we've been through this before. Did it on Target and Walmart. I go through it. It finally lets me pick the right store. It even lets me pick store pickup. I was afraid that I was going to have to get it shipped, because in most of these cases, you had to select shipping. But I'm like, no, I want to do like a midnight launch or something. And the whole time I'm like, okay, it's working, but is it really working? You know, I even have to like update my payment info. Okay, this is taking a long time. I hope you're actually holding a unit for me, because I'm not doing it super fast. I'm using up this 10 minutes, and by now I'm tired. I'm having to like triple check that everything is right. I'm buying the right thing. The right payment details are there. And I get all the way to the end. Everything looks good. Set for store pickup. It's the bundle I want. It's the regular Mario Kart bundle. And I click purchase. And it works. It worked. I got it. And at that point, I'm like, all right. Target has been canceling pre-orders. There's a absolutely fine chance that I will have my pre-order canceled. They will realize that they gave out too many pre-orders and they don't have that many units. And hey, it's still even possible that when we get closer to launch, they'll realize they didn't get as many units as they wanted, as they were originally allocated. But I woke up this morning and I checked my email and I did not receive any kind of update talking about a cancellation. So at least at this moment, it seems that, yes, I did it. I somehow, despite not being that competitive, really not wanting to stay up past my bedtime, I did it. It took a couple hours. I mean, it might have been hour and a half, 2 hours, probably more like hour and a half of sitting there. But it did happen. And I'm surprised. I'm really surprised that it happened, but it did. And I ended up getting a pre-order from the store that I wanted to. I got the bundle with the Mario Kart, so I saved the $30. There you go. It was quite the experience, but it seems to have worked for now. Still don't want to get my hopes up, but there you go. So yeah, I imagine a lot of people had similar experiences last night. It was a thing. I think it's impressive that you have these retailers that sell so many products, especially like Walmart or Target or whatever. They don't just sell video games. They sell every possible product that anyone could want, and yet there are still enough gamers, still enough people who just want this one product to completely overwhelm these websites. Not just the gaming section of Target.com, not just this item, not just the Switch item. No, the entire website just buckling under the pressure. So yeah, if any of you have a fun, harrowing stories about your experiences pre-ordering the Switch 2, let us know in the comments. That could be maybe a fun thing to share. So yeah, it's a relief. It's a relief. Cautiously optimistic that it'll work out. Really trying not to think about the greater situation. Really hoping this isn't like our one batch of Switches that we're gonna get here in the US for now, because it's gonna be too expensive later. I really don't know. I really don't know. But yeah, if you wanted one, I hope you were able to get one.